It's the big boy, lift your game. First off, I just wanted to thank Facebook for sending an Oculus Quest 2 on loan for the holiday period for me to try out and generate some content for the channel. This video is literally just going to be a quick unboxing talking about my initial impressions of the controllers and the headset, their build quality, and how I feel about the headset. In the future though, we're going to be uploading a little bit of gameplay from the Quest 2, so definitely sub to the channel or keep an eye out on my social media for when those videos go up. Other than that, let's get on with my impressions. Starting with the controllers, when you pick them up, they definitely feel of premium quality. Talking positives, the triggers don't feel plastic like the G2 controllers and have a little bit more resistance to them when pressed. They don't make that same plastic sound, and I personally love them a lot more. The thumbstick is ribbed on the outside portion of the rim, much like the Xbox controllers, so this definitely helps when you have any sweat/perspiration on your thumbs, so you're not slipping and sliding all over the place. The rings on the controllers make it a lot easier for actions such as reloading weapons in shooter games like Boneworks and Pavlov's compared to the G2 controllers. Now, the G2 controllers have much larger rings, so the issue that I found with these is I had to compensate for reloading weapons so I wouldn't clash them together. I don't have that issue on the Quest 2 controllers, so definitely a big plus for these rings being a lot smaller. Another positive is the battery life on the Quest 2 controllers. Now, because these do use infrared tracking, they only require a single AA battery to be powered. After about 8 hours of playtime, I only had about 95% battery life left, so definitely battery consumption with the Quest 2 controllers, big plus. Tracking on the Quest 2 as well is a bigger positive than the Windows Mixed Reality platform. Now, compared to the G2, which is a Windows Mixed Reality headset, the way that they track is the controllers emit light on the rings, and then the headset tracks and sees that light. If you have any reflections or bright lights in your room, that may cause issues with tracking. On the Quest 2, however, because it uses infrared tracking, these have a much more responsive and much better feel to them for games like Boneworks, Table Tennis, and Beat Saber. I didn't have any issues with any controller occlusion where they're right in front of each other when holding any rifles or weapons. I didn't have any tracking issues from behind my head or in random dead zones like my G2, and I didn't find any issues where they were warping over the screen, or if I was moving or swinging too fast, they wouldn't be able to catch up. So tracking on the Quest 2, definitely a big positive. The only negative that I kind of have with these controllers is they are a little bit on the smaller side. So if you have larger than average hands to big hands, you're definitely going to need to go and buy third-party accessories to make these a bit better to hold, better comfort, and better ergonomics for long extended periods of use. You will probably find if you have larger hands after about an hour of game time, these are going to get a little bit uncomfortable and you're going to start to feel a definite fatigue in your hands. So look into third-party accessories if you do sit on the larger hand side. Now onto the Quest 2 headset itself. Experiencing virtual reality in a wireless setting for a consumer is 100% a game changer. The Quest 2 out of the box is light and requires no cables and is very easy to set up. Download the Oculus app on your phone, download the Oculus app on your phone, make an account or log into your Facebook account, conversation for another time, then power on your headset. Connect both of those devices together, and once that's done, you're ready to go. Setting up the Guardian boundaries for the Quest 2 and the Oculus platform is better than the G2 and the Windows Mixed Reality platform, because all you do is you point your controller, paint and spray your boundary, and that's it. It's set up. On the Q2 and the Windows Mixed Reality platform, you need to carry the headset around and paint your boundaries, which is a little bit more archaic and not really intuitive for a virtual reality experience. Now, whilst the Quest 2 is light, it only comes with decent comfort. When I compare it to my HP Reverb G2, I could definitely and instantly feel the difference in comfort with the straps and the face gasket. Now, the Quest 2 is a $479 headset for the 64 gig version, and when you compare that to a $1,000 plus PC VR wired headset, you're definitely going to find some compromise in that scenario. I found myself spending way too much time adjusting the fabric straps on my Q2 to find a comfortable position before I realized I had to actually tilt and adjust the headset itself to get the best visual clarity that I could. I really dislike the fabric straps on the Quest 2 because it doesn't honestly help in terms of comfort. It also doesn't do much to alleviate the weight of the Quest 2 on the front of your face. With the G2, I found the ability to tilt the headset and pretty much strap it in nice and tight with that halo design. It was a much easier and faster experience to put it on and forget that it was there. If you tighten the Quest 2 a little too much with the fabric straps, that alleviates and eliminates some of the jiggle of the headset. The only downside to that is because the fabric on the gasket isn't as soft or as comfortable as the G2, I did find it left an imprint on my forehead and my cheekbones. So comfort levels, not the best on this out of the box. Now, the sweet spot on the Oculus Quest 2 isn't as large as my HP Reverb G2. It's slightly smaller, but it has a better edge-to-edge clarity, being the text closer to the edge isn't as blurry. The downside is I found myself spending so much time adjusting this headset, I couldn't find the sweet spot as quick and easy as my G2. So again, without purchasing third-party accessories to make this comfort experience better, you will be spending more time to get it perfectly right for your face. The other downside that I found with this is IPD adjustment. It doesn't have a manual hardware IPD adjuster on the bottom. It's only got 3 settings, 58, 63, and 68. I sit on a knee IPD of 58 millimeters, so for me it's perfect. But for anyone else that sits outside that adjustment measurement, you're not going to have a good time and you're going to see definite blur with text. The G2 comes with a glasses spacer to add onto the gasket, which is a real nice addition out of the box. And I do use the VR Lens Labs spectacles. I don't wear these glasses. I haven't had any issue with comfort of my glasses in here. I haven't had them touch or scratch the lenses at all. So that right there out of the box is a definite and welcome addition. Now, the battery life on the Quest 2 is up to 2 hours. And this is up to 2 hours if you're playing really low visual intense games. I've only played 8 hours of 11 table tennis on my Quest 2. I have 90 Hertz enabled and low graphics settings. Now, I get about an hour, 45 minutes out of this from a full charge on table tennis with those settings. So out of the box, battery life isn't the best. I would have liked a little bit longer battery life because when you do start getting immersed and into the games that you're playing, an hour, hour and a half flies by and you start getting notifications at the bottom of your screen saying headset battery low, headset battery critical, please charge your battery. So I would have loved to see a little bit of a larger battery in here. Now, quick editor's note, I totally forgot to talk about the headphones/speakers that the Quest 2 does come with. These aren't the greatest, but they do their job. I had mine at 100% the entire time I was playing table tennis, and I could sometimes not hear my opponent because of the sound of me hitting the ball and the ball bouncing on the table. So I had to go into the menu and adjust the settings accordingly. Now, the Quest 2 does come with a 3.5mm input jack, so you can, if you want, go and purchase headphones or a microphone or both, so you can get better audio quality and better voice quality out of it. So just so you know, these do have headphones on them, but because they're so far away from your ears, they're not the best. Now, I can definitely see the appeal of the Quest 2 and the market that it's targeting. I mean, it's sold out on Amazon until January of next year. My impressions of the headset aren't overly negative. I do like how easy it is to set up. I like that it's wireless. I like the freedom that it gives you, and the tracking with the controllers and the infrared is definitely better than Windows Mixed Reality platform. I think my biggest issue with this is comfort and adjustability. The fact that if I want to get a much better and much more comfortable experience, I need to spend more money on an Elite head strap with, an extra battery for longer battery life. I need to go and get another face gasket that's not going to be as firm or as stiff, and it's going to be more comfortable and it won't leave an imprint. So for me, my impressions after a month of using this may change. If they don't, they won't. But overall, tracking and whatnot out of the box is good. Comfort and adjustability isn't. So keen to make some more content on this and see how it goes and upload it to the channel. And until then, I guess we'll see if anything's changed.